Welcome back to another video. It is Saturday. It is once again freezing cold here. I have squats and bench today. So it is week 3. If you have watched Friday's video, you will know that I have been a bit of a stress head over the last week, and it has resulted in me feeling incredibly weak and just not having the best couple of sessions. So my accessory day on Monday was terrible, and then my session on Wednesday, I just really struggled like mentally to get through it, I guess. Like I really had to focus and push myself harder than I normally would on a week 3. But we made it through, so that's fine. And then I had accessory day on Thursday, which was a little bit better actually. But that's like my easiest session of the week. Like it doesn't take that long to get through. It's about like a 45-minute to an hour session at most. And there's no like major movements. I did find my close grip Larsen press quite difficult, but that's fine. Like I got through it. Anyway, so I am pleased to report that I am no longer a massive stress head. So I mentioned in the last video that basically we're looking to buy a house, or we are buying a house. We are at the final stages of buying a house. We're supposed to be moving middle of May, but we basically, this week, we were supposed to be exchanging to make sure that we definitely do move middle of May, essentially so that we could hand our notice into our landlord and not have to pay for an extra month of rent as well as a month of mortgage. We finally exchanged. So I guess I'm officially a homeowner. It's not completed yet. I am definitely going to be owning a home though. It's legally binding. I'm moving in the middle of May, which also works out perfectly, kind of, because it's fallen on my week 1 of my block intercomp. So thankfully it's landed. We're going to be moving on a light week of training, so that's also quite good. But now I have nothing else that I need to do, which means I can relax. And literally the second I got the phone call that it had all gone through, I was nowhere near as stressed. So yeah, very happy with that, which hopefully means that my training can now just be great up to comp. And I can just focus on training, because I don't think, I mentioned this in the last video, the actual move itself should be really easy for us. We have not got much stuff at all. And we'll have a couple of weeks of crossover with our rent as well as being in the house. So we've got like no stress at all. Hopefully. I'm saying that now. It's probably not going to be how it ends up. But yeah, anyway, very chilly. It is, what is it, just gone 2. I was supposed to be training a little bit earlier than this today. We've got a wedding reception to go to tonight. So I think that starts at like 7ish, but I have a slight issue that I am remote handling one of my clients tonight. I didn't realise the dates clashed because the wedding invites only came through somewhat recently. So I am going to have to find a way to remote handle and be at a wedding reception at the same time. And I don't want to be at a wedding reception with my phone out because that is incredibly rude. So I think what the plan is, I'm going to watch squats at home, get ready. I think there should be about a 45-minute gap between squats and bench. I will then probably watch bench at home and we'll just get there a little bit late. And then I'm going to go and hide in my car for deadlifts as long as the signal's decent. If not, I will be coming home and then deciding whether it's too late to go or not. So basically I needed to get training done kind of daytime today so that I can go home and get ready, well, eat and get ready for this wedding reception. I've still got a couple of programs I need to do as well, but they won't take too long. It's like middle of the block, so it doesn't take as long to update. Yes, so I'm kind of just talking for the sake of talking, as always. That is literally the theme of these videos. But yeah, so I'm now going to crack on. It's only squats and bench today and then RDL, so it's not a long session at all, which is lovely. So I need to crack on, but it's so cold that I don't really want to. Yeah, I'm hoping today will feel good. I'm a bit upset as well because I like listening to podcasts on these like lighter weeks, like up to week 4, I like listen to just podcasts while I train. I did that last block and it worked really well because it's like I reserve all of my like hype and energy for that week 5. But I've listened to every single one, so if anyone has any good podcast recommendations, I prefer lifting ones, but nutrition, anything like that line of interest, even bodybuilding ones if they're interesting enough, leave them down below, any recommendations if you have any. So yes, I am going to get ready to squat though. I'm literally just sitting here like shivering because it's so cold. I've got my little radiator on though, I should be okay. So yes, let's crack on and train.
such a goddess, could get anyone she likes. But when she's looking at me like that, I know she's only mine. My friends think she's so dumb and stupid, but I won't tell anyone. Her hands are in my hair, whisper in my ear. I won't tell anyone, not a soul. But when we are alone, she's touching me. Well, I'm a sucker for it, give it to me. The way she's looking at me, she's so damn perfect. It's so damn worth it, the secret we keep. Yeah, I'm a sucker.
Okay, so I am in the best mood. Yeah, I'm really happy. I actually enjoyed squatting. I feel like when you have a few sessions where you're just not really, like, things aren't feeling good or you're not really in the right headspace, like, I love training, and training is supposed to be like one of the highlights of my week. Like, it's supposed to be fun, I'm supposed to enjoy it, and I just haven't the last couple, like, well, the rest of this week basically. And so I was nervous to come in today and get started in case it was just another day of like ticking the boxes and not really enjoying it. But no, squats actually were great. My 155 for, it probably didn't look as easy as it felt. I got to the bottom of the first rep, and I do this all the time, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I get to the bottom of a squat and I almost like forget I have to try to get back up again. So it's like you can't really see it in the rep because it was a smooth rep, but it's like as I'm leaving the hole, like the first like inch or two, I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be pushing through my feet and like using my legs for this. But the 155 for 4, I racked it and I was like, that was actually really comfortable. Like, that was really easy. And then the 170 fatigue single, I think was actually like, I'll say it was the highlight. It was all a highlight. I'm talking very fast, sorry. Yeah, the 170 fatigue single, so literally just repeating myself every week. Fatigue singles never feel good. Like the walkout especially, like they always feel heavy as hell on my back, no matter how much I try and replicate exactly what I always do. The walkout, it all just feels like shit. And it's never until I'm leaving the hole that it just feels like a normal squat. And yeah, my fatigue singles basically always feel a lot harder than they should. It happened 2 weeks ago when I did 155 for a fatigue single. Like 155 for me is nothing. And then last week I did 162.5 fatigue single, and again it just felt like shit. Even that they look fine, and to like the normal eye, and even when I watch them back they look fine, but they feel terrible. And the 170 today, so again I'm not planning my numbers 100% yet, but 170 is in theory roughly where I should be opening on squat. Like I don't think I should really be opening much lighter than that unless I take massive jumps, but I'll go into more detail about that sort of thing nearer the time. But for me, going in with the plan of taking big jumps, like I can take big jumps in training, and in theory I should do the same thing on the platform, but I know on the day I'll be too nervous to do big jumps. And that's just something I've learned about myself over time. But essentially, yeah, so even with decently big jumps, to be fair, I should be able to open at 170-ish, if not even slightly more, like maybe 165 to 175 range is roughly what I'm thinking. But yeah, so I was going to my 170 fatigue single, and I was like, right, this is what you should be opening with. Like, this is roughly opener territory for you. You should be able to make this move any given day, any day of the week without any issues. And obviously walking it out like normal, it just felt like shit. And then I like braced at the top and I was like, right, okay, you can do this. And I literally went down and I was like, that was the most comfortable fatigue single I think I've ever done. Like it was so, or like I've done in a long time, like it was comfortable. So basically it's given me this confidence boost that a 170 opener actually is reasonable. So very happy with that. If that made any sense how I just explained all of that. Basically 170 moved really well, and it's actually reassured me that I could potentially open at that sort of number. Again, I haven't decided yet. I might open at 150 and take huge jumps. Like who knows what I'm going to do yet. But yeah, that was just the confidence boost I needed, I think. And then back offs at 145. I was nervous for, like, back offs are always a bit of a, like, I don't even know what the word is. Basically, they're just always a bit of work and a bit of effort, and like back offs aren't fun. No one finds back offs fun, but they are what builds your squat. Like they are the important part. And I had 5s at 145, which is relatively heavy, like considering. And my back offs are always pretty heavy. So yeah, I wasn't looking forward to them. Just trying to like not get out of breath as I talk. Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to the 145 back offs, but they were so comfortable. And actually I just felt really happy doing them. Like even during the set, like I was just happy. I was happy to be squatting. I was happy that squats were feeling good. Like, don't get me wrong, nothing felt incredible. Like I can tell that this week just hasn't been a good training week. Like I didn't feel as strong as I would like to have felt today. But considering I pushed through this week when I felt like shit, and I've probably built up a little bit more fatigue than I probably normally would during this week, things still move really well. So basically I'm really happy. And also you can probably hear in the background, I've just had Hannah Montana songs on in the background the whole time I've been training. And it's just been fun, happy, just like enjoying myself, like actually enjoying training, just some girly music on. And yeah, I'm very happy. And I feel like week 3 is the ramp up week. Week 4 is heavy, and then week 5 is everything you've got. And this is the perfect end to my ramp up week, I think. It's filled me with the confidence that I can hit the numbers I want to hit on week 5 if I just keep going. And I feel like after like a rocky week, that's exactly what I needed to happen with squats. So very, very happy. Nothing else to really say. So I am now going to get ready to bench. Okay, so my camera died when I finished benching, so I didn't get to recap bench, but my session is done, as you can probably tell from the fact I'm sat in my car, so I am very, very happy. Obviously, I've already mentioned that I felt like shit for my accessory sessions and my main session on Wednesday during this week. Like, all week I've just felt awful. I'm very stubborn, so on Thursday I had my close grip Larsen press, and I normally do 4 sets of 8 at 80 kilos, just set weight every single week, just for the same stimulus. It's difficult enough that I know I'm getting something out of it, but it's not too difficult that it's going to fatigue me too much for my other sessions in the week. On Thursday, it felt so difficult. I definitely should have lightened the load, but I was being stubborn, so I refused to. It literally was like RP 9 to 10 for the last 2 sets. Like, literally, it was so difficult. Especially the last set, I definitely it was just terrible. But anyway, I was too stubborn to lighten the load. And then, yeah, I obviously pushed like normal on the rest of them. So my fatigue, especially in my triceps, is through the roof. Now, going into bench today, everything felt heavy as hell, but I wasn't going to let that stop me. So I benched 110, which was so quick and easy. I didn't pause it for quite long enough, but that is because I touched my chest maybe an inch or 2 lower than normal. Like, my touch point was completely off. Don't really know what happened. As I brought it down to my chest, suddenly it was just like a little bit of a jolt, and it was just in the wrong place. Anyway, still flew off my chest. So comfortable, so easy, incredibly happy with that. And then I had 4s at 105, and I managed to do all 4 sets at 105, and I was so happy. Like, my fatigue is through the roof, and I feel like I'm saying this all the time at the moment, but it really is, and I can really feel it this block. And 105 for 4 sets of 4, that's brilliant. So I'm really, really happy with bench. It felt really good, and I'm really excited to see what I can do when I kind of pull everything back. And then RDLs after, didn't film them, 3 sets of 8, just at 100. I say just at 100. And I know I can do sets of 8 at 100 at like an RP 8 to 9-ish, but anything heavier, I really struggled to get to 8 reps. So just kind of kept it at 100. So yeah, very happy. That's probably all I've really got to say in this video, to be fair. I feel like Friday's video of Wednesday's session was so long. I rambled so much. So I'm just going to hope this is a little bit shorter. I feel like I haven't talked as much today. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. I'm feeling good. Very good session. I'm really glad to be enjoying training again. Like, it actually was just fun to be in there, fun to be training. But now I need to get home, I need to eat, and I need to get ready for a wedding reception. So I'm going to wrap the video up here. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like. Please leave me a comment. And if you have any questions for me or anything, so I'm going to get back to doing Q&As and stuff again soon, please leave them down below. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you on Friday for the next video.
Secretly